The characters and events depicted in this podcast is for mere entertainment. Any similarity to actual persons, living or dead, or going through their third surgery is purely coincidental. Listen at your own risk.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Somos the Next Generation. First things first, there's a few things that are going to be different for these couple episodes. This week is a double feature once again. I have not posted anything in the past 2 weeks, so this Friday's episode is going to be a double feature once again. So right after I finish this episode, we're going to record. Or I'm going to record a second one right away. Again, first things first. I feel like I have a bit of bad luck when it comes to unplugging and plugging in and trying to do different things in terms of recording wise. Right now, as you guys know, my camera wasn't working, which funny story. Yesterday, I was going to record, but there was an issue with Pro Tools. But I'll get to that issue in a second. I saw the little like USB connection to the mic, and I'm like, hey, what if it's supposed to be charged? So I went to grab the box that the camera originally came in, and I went to grab the box, and I pulled out the cable and I connected it, and then this little red light popped up, and I'm like, holy fuck. All this time, I thought the little camera wasn't working anymore. All this time, I thought the battery to the camera was the same one to the battery of the camera itself. So I was like, okay, well, I mean, the battery is well charged. Why isn't the camera on? But now I realize why. So the microphone itself does seem to have its own battery, and it was dead. So that's that. As you can see, I have a different scenario today, a bit of a different scenery, and that's only because I had my carpet cleaned a few days ago, and it's been hot as fuck this past couple days. This past week it has been horribly hot. So right now I have a fan on that's hitting like straight towards me, and then I have the AC on that's kind of hitting me. So when I move things around, I moved the table to the balcony, and because it has been a little warm, I decided that it's too hot to bring it back in, set everything up. So I decided to do this, I guess in a sense, this freestyle recording, and I decided to set it up. I think the last time that I recorded this was about a year and a half ago. I think it was the very first episode in this apartment, and it was, I think, for the winter finale back in 2020, I think. In 2020, I believe. So it was the last time I recorded in this section. I don't know if you guys ever remember it, but it was during December time, and we recorded this. We had like Christmas things. Anyway, so hopefully my mic does pick up better sound this time. My Pro Tools seem to be malfunctioning somehow. Actually, Pro Tools has been giving me a bit of a headache lately, so I'm gonna tag Avid, and I'm gonna tag the iLog and Pro Tools and everything. I'm gonna tag Pro Tools on this video because I need answers. I don't know why I always have issues with Pro Tools. Maybe Pro Tools isn't the best audio system or audio recording system to use for these things, because it usually keeps shutting down on me. Like right now, I had to do a whole re-download, reinstallation, only because the iLog license wasn't, connected and this and that, and it has been a bit of a headache, which is why I decided not to record the day before, and I decided to do it today. And right now that I'm trying to open up Pro Tools, it doesn't seem to be cooperating once again, and so hopefully this camera is picking up fantastic sound. I'm trying to speak as loud as possible, so it picks up great sound. Um, it does frustrate me at the fact that it never cooperates with me, and I do like it. I mean, the sound is great. The sound is fantastic, especially when the microphone on the camera was kind of down, and it just sucks. So hopefully after today, I can take some time off and kind of work on it and make sure to fix it up a little bit. Um, like I keep opening it up and just nothing pops up. But anyway, it is what it is. Again, welcome back to another episode. Finally, another episode of Somos the Next Generation. I know I've been kind of MIA, but work again. Work has been a bitch lately, and it has taken a lot of my energy, a lot of my time. And here I am. Finally last week, I was able to go visit my parents for a little bit, so that was nice. It was hot as fuck. And I've been dealing with this over 100-degree weathers for a week now. So it's been super frustrating, super hot, super exhausting. But anyways, the visit was quite nice. It was so quick, but it was really, really, really nice. And it was kind of nice to go back to visit my parents. I hadn't seen them for 2 months now. And so, so now I decided to do this double feature this time. So let's talk about this week's episode. So once again, this is going to be a bit of a double feature, and that's how I'm going to promote it. Once again, I'm going to promote this double feature. I have my poster right behind me, so instead of having it on the TV, I have it in my poster. So it's always nice. Wait. Anyways. Guys, so for this week's episode, I decided to do something different. I decided to do. I stole a beer from Daniel, so I was not gonna do this without any sort of beverage. So for this week's episode, I'm gonna do what I call the Facebook blast. That's how I'm gonna title it. This is how what it's going to be about. So, I mean, as you guys know, and for those of you who still have Facebook and still use Facebook, you know how Facebook would always send you memories on this day, like 10 years ago, 11 years ago. So that's basically what I'm going to do. Like one time I was just scrolling to my to those memories, and I was kind of like thinking about the things that I would post. So back in the day, I do remember maybe about a decade ago or so, like you would be able to connect Twitter and Facebook. So every time you would tweet something, it would just send automatically as a post to Facebook. So lately it keeps sending me that like 11 years ago you said this. So I took a few of the things that I've been I posted a few years ago. So this is gonna be the Facebook blast. So let's go ahead and go. Let's take a quick trip to the past and just kind of see of all the silly things that I would post on Facebook. And God damn it, it's all work pictures here on my phone nowadays. But anyways, so memories. This is from September 8, 2016. So this is not too long ago. This is about 6 years ago. And the post reads, oh, by the way, I'm going to hopefully try to put this cutouts and put it on somewhere right here where you can see what I'm talking about. Obviously, if it's a picture. In this case, it is a picture, so I'm just going to put it here, and I'm going to read it out for you guys. The post says, maybe you don't see people looking at you because you aren't looking at them. Maybe you don't hear all the good things people say about you because you're just too focused on the bad. Maybe you're a lot more wonderful, beautiful, and special than you ever give yourself credit for. So I don't remember why I posted this. I was probably just in my feelings as usual. So um, I mean, whatever it says there, it's actually really pretty and really nice. I think it's just I think it's an idea or a push, a motivation quote to make you push to appreciate yourself a little more. And I think that's what I was trying to do. Maybe I was going through a bit of a feels that day, and now this post came across, and I'm like, okay, this is how exactly I feel. So, but I mean, for those of you out there, trying to appreciate yourselves just a little more. Um, don't look so much on the bad in terms of yourself, and try to look at yourself a little more positively. It's always nice to look at yourself in a more positive manner as opposed to always looking at the negatives. So negative thoughts, negative ideas always bring negativity, and that's something we don't really need nowadays. Um, all right, this one's in Spanish. Same year, but this one's 6 years ago. Oh, same thing. Same thing 6 years ago. Again, I'm I guess I was in my feels because this one reads in Spanish. Um, a veces es mejor quedarte callado a luego arrepentirse de lo dicho. A veces es mejor no buscar sorprenderte con lo que encuentres. A veces simplemente es mejor disfrutar tu presente para que el pasado se convierta en cenizas y que de esas cenizas nazca un mejor futuro. Hashtag solo vive, hashtag sé feliz. This basically translates to sometimes it's best to stay quiet than regretting what was said. Sometimes it's better not to get surprised to the things you find. And sometimes simply it's just best to enjoy the present so the past can become ashes, and from those ashes, a better future reborns. Reborn? Yeah, something like that. Hashtag just live, hashtag be happy. So I think in terms of that post, you know, I hadn't gone, I hadn't come out too long ago. So, for the very first year, it was a bit rough and a bit complicated. There was just, little comments here and there, and people just trying to say negative thoughts about the entire thing, and it's something that would still bother my mom a little bit, and the comments that they would just make, she was just like not trying to deal with this anymore. And I do remember one time my mom did say like, hey, stop posting things, people don't need to know your life. And unfortunately at the time, I kind of wish I did listen to my mom, but I was stubborn, and I was a little immature, and I was like, no, like I'm gonna be posting. I'm not sure if this post was about that day or about that moment or things about that led to the moment, but I do wish I could have listened to her and listened to the fact that there's actually really no need to post anything about your life. I think there's some things that you should remain private, and there's not a real need to show off every single thing you do to the world, because at the end of the day, people are just very, ¿cómo se dice? Not jealous, but it's, they will always criticize you, and they always, the people will just have, they will always have something to say. So there's no need to put your life out there in public. There's just no need for that. All right, another. I did tend, or I still do. I don't know. I do tend to complain quite a lot, and it seems like it's something that I'm still gonna do until like I get super tired of complaining. This is from 7 years ago, September 8, 2015. Andy is feeling alone, apparently. I know that someday everything's gonna fall in place and be alright, but one thing is for sure, that's not the day. So, 7 years ago, um, and this is something I'm gonna talk about in the next episode that follows this one, which I titled the Beta Chronicles. So hopefully you guys can check it out as well, and you guys can enjoy it. So of course, 7 years ago, I left the fraternity and I had to find a place of my own, and that was a bit rough. It was a bit complicated. So on September 18, on September 8, 2015, those few months were very rough. So I do understand exactly what I meant and what I felt, and it wasn't pretty. But I'm here now. This is me right now, and I'm a completely different person. I really, really wish, I really wish I can travel in time and just tell the me from that time that things were just gonna be fine. Yes, things were gonna start falling in place and be all right. And I think little by little it has been doing so. So I can't complain about that. Things have been really nice for me, and I do appreciate each and every day that goes by, because it's quite an opportunity to live. Each day is a different life to enjoy and to live, and that's that. Yeah, I'm getting very, very, very tech talky here. Wow. Okay, guys. There's like so much to talk about. And I think I've been recording for 16 minutes now. So I'm gonna trying to squeeze this in. If not, I'm gonna save some for another episode. Maybe for next week. So I'll continue the Facebook blast, and I'm probably make a Facebook blast part 2, because I think this is really, really, really nice. I think it gives me something to talk about, and I do love to talk about myself. But I do want to also, in the next episode, I want to talk about the Beta Chronicles and some things that I've been kind of like feeling and remembering. So I'm gonna keep it like that. Anyways, let's continue. Some of the next texts, they were definitely from junior year in high school, and God, I was very, very annoying. Maybe I still am, but I probably don't see it, but people probably do. I don't know. I don't care. But like there's this one. This is what it reads. This is from September 8, 2011. Effin, I'm not gonna say it. Effin Miss Horny pissed me off today in the morning, but I'm a effin piss you off tomorrow, you beep beep. I'm not gonna say those words. Honestly, I wish I could go back and tell myself, why the fuck are you typing this? Like, that's stupid. You silly goose. Like, I think those are like so. I remember one time this girl in my high school. She were actually she was my long time crush back in high school, and she actually once messaged me and told me, hey, I kind of feel uncomfortable with some of your posts. Like, I feel like you curse too much, and honestly, like, I kind of understand what she was feeling, because I look at this and I'm like, God damn, Andy, like, why would you say that? Why would you write that? Like, I'm gonna put this, and of course I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna block some of the bad words because they're just not appropriate, to be honest. Miss Horny, I think her name was actually Miss Harner. She was my physics teacher. She was actually, honestly, she was a bit of a headache. She was a bit of a pain in the ass, and she just wouldn't make things easier. So, but I mean, it is what it is. I think if I could just go back and be like, hey, I hope I didn't give you a hard time, and I hope I wasn't a bit of a headache. Well, there's this other one that says, this class is fucking boring, man. I gotta go talk to my counselor. All caps, immediately. I have no idea what I was talking about. It was probably the, it was a fourth period class that I had. It was like this, supposedly it was like a sound class, but in reality, in reality, you wouldn't do anything. Like, you would sit there in the auditorium and do absolutely nothing. It was a free period. The teacher that was in charge of the class, like, maybe we did something like once or twice, but in reality, everybody did whatever they want. Like, people would be on their phones, and that class was boring as fuck. Although I think now, I would go back and appreciate it, because I would wish to have that hour free time, just sit there, sleep, nap. I don't know, do fun stuff, ditch class or something. I wish I could go back and ditch class a little more, be a bit of a, not a bad boy, but like do something fun. Like, I think I was very, very boring, and I think I wish I could have done a lot more. Hey, another post that I see, that I started high school 13 years ago today. Today's September 9th. I started high school 13 years ago. Time flies by hella fast. Look at me. I am 27 years old now. 13 years ago, I started high school, and I feel like I have come a long way, and this is really cool. I mean, look at me. I'm gonna put this picture also right here so you can see. It was a picture of me 7 years ago. I would have less beard, and my hair would be a little messier. I mean, not compared to right now, but I mean, it's still kind of messy. I do need a haircut. But look at me. Anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap this up. This was super, super cool. I do have a couple more posts that I would love to share, but I think time is running out right now, and time is of the essence. This is really cool, and I do like this idea, and I didn't think I was gonna like it, so I'm gonna make a Facebook Blast Part 2, hopefully for next week's episode. Kind of see what other things I tweeted about, I posted about, what other anger issues I had going on in high school. But hey, guys, stay tuned for the following episode for this week's double feature. There's lots to talk about, and thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and we'll see you in the next couple moments. Just click the next video. All right, see ya.